Just less than a month away now from Election Day, and if all goes well, the president's medical team is saying this morning that he could be released from the hospital, President Trump, later today. So what does it all mean for his return to the campaign trail? Let's bring in Trump 2020 Press Communications Director Erin Perrine. She joins us now. Erin, good morning to you. And of course, our thoughts are with the campaign, with the White House, the president, as he tries to recover and potentially released from the hospital a bit later today, says his medical team. Just first, going back to last week, what was it like inside the campaign when you got this notice of the president's diagnosis?
Like every American, this campaign immediately stood together in prayer for our president. Obviously, there's no bigger fighter in this country than President Donald Trump. We know he will take the coronavirus head on. He is doing so, as you've heard today from Chief of Staff Mark Meadows. The president's doing well, and there's conversations about whether or not he will be able to go home today. But listen, this is a team that can carry the MAGA mantle for the president while he recovers. Make America Great Again isn't just a statement. It's an action. It's a call to action for this team. We have carried that mantle for him, making over 2 million doors knocked over the weekend and 5.5 million phone calls. We're continuing full steam ahead as the president continues to fight the China virus.
The Hill writes this morning the Trump campaign scrambled by president's hospitalization, that you're scrambling to adjust based on so many that are now affected by this virus. You don't have just Hope Hicks, one of the president's closest aides who is infected with COVID-19, Ronna McDaniel, head of the party, chairwoman of the RNC, Bill Stepien, the head of your campaign, of the Trump campaign. How are you adjusting, considering you've got all of these big names associated with the White House and the Trump campaign out of play for the moment?
Well, the Army for Trump is a large group of individuals. This campaign is a big team. And so we are standing up Operation MAGA, thanks to the vice president, who will be helping as well. The First Family will be doing in-person events tonight across our digital platforms. We encourage everybody to tune in. We'll have the Operation MAGA kickoff event this evening. So we will continue to charge forward. We are a team. We are an army. We have our grassroots army as well. There are so many of us out here fighting for President Trump and for 4 more years. And so as they fight the coronavirus, we will continue to fight for them, talk to voters, make sure we are continuing forward on our get out the vote efforts and making sure we carry that mantle for the president.
Speaking of which, the debate's obviously key. The first debate is already finished, but there's 2 more presidential debates to go. Mitch McConnell made news last Friday after the president's diagnosis, said the next debate should happen regardless of where the president is. If it has to happen virtually, let's still do it that way. Jason Miller from the campaign says we're moving forward no matter what. Listen.
We're in a campaign. We have a month to go. We see Joe Biden and Kamala Harris out there campaigning. Certainly, they're not asking for a remote debate. Vice President Pence is following the debate for the vice presidential candidates on Wednesday. He'll be hitting the trail, be in Arizona, he'll probably be in Nevada. He'll be back here in D.C., and he's going to have a very full, aggressive schedule, as will the First Family.
You're talking about next week. Is that a reality that you're planning for as far as the campaign, that the president will be able to debate in person?
Well, we certainly don't have any updates to share at this point. The main concern is to make sure the president gets well. We know he wants to be able to have those debates, that exchange of ideas. And as the president fights the coronavirus, he's still maintaining a more rigorous schedule than Joe Biden. Joe Biden called a lid yesterday, and the president was out thanking supporters for their support as he is fighting this head on. Listen, the debate commission has tried to move the goalpost a few times on us. We know that they are clearly trying to help Joe Biden cover for his 47 years of failure. Being a big cheerleader for China like Joe Biden was, President Trump has 47 months of success. The American people need to see that exchange of ideas. So we know the president wants to be out there and make that happen. So we're going to continue to move forward with that.
Of course, the president's critics, as well as Joe Biden on that last debate stage, have continually made the point that they believe President Trump has downplayed this virus. Mercedes Schlapp from your campaign was on Fox earlier today, and she's basically making the point, Erin, that the president will change his messaging on COVID-19 after he has gone through this experience himself. Listen.
He is going to be able to relate to those individuals who've been inflicted by coronavirus, who's lost a family member to coronavirus. Now, I think the president is able to, talk from the heart of how COVID has impacted him, has impacted his family and his staff.
So is that something we should expect with a best case scenario? The president leaves the hospital today, gets back out on the campaign trail. Will we see changed messaging when it comes to the coronavirus, and will it move more to a forefront of the president's messagings and key issues?
Well, a firsthand experience is always going to change how someone relates to something that's been happening. The president has coronavirus right now. He is battling it head on as toughly as only President Trump can. And listen, that of course that's going to change the way that he speaks of it, because it'll be a firsthand experience. But you know, that experience of not only coronavirus but being president of the United States, that's why you just see a different tone overall from him.
But it's been law and order.
He has the firsthand experience of being.
Sorry, I'm running out of time. But it's been law and order, and it's been the economy. Does this become a key issue for your campaign?
And he's talked about coronavirus as well. He's talked about it all. And listen, he has experience as commander-in-chief. He has experience as a businessman. He has experience now fighting the coronavirus as an individual. Those firsthand experiences, Joe Biden, he doesn't have those. He doesn't know what it's like to create a job other than hunters. Joe Biden doesn't know what it's like to have to stand up and serve as commander-in-chief of this country. Joe Biden's been more worried about China than he has been about the United States. Those firsthand experiences are what are going to get President Trump 4 more years. So of course he talks about it differently now that he has lived through it.
All right, Erin Perrine, appreciate you coming on the program this morning. Thank you.